Come on, in just a few moments' time, the Reds do rise, and now we can go racing. We start Sunday's action of round 3 of the season. So solid start from Zani from pole position, as well as Carlos Cano. He's going to slot into second position unless Travis Borg is very, very brave, nearly making contact with Pugliese at turn 1. Now they filed themselves through, everyone through nice and clean so far. Into turn 2 now, it slows down. It's a pinch point for some, and well, Bahosa already picking up a few positions, it looks like, as well. Now we begin to wind up the speed through turns 3, through turns 4, and then through the right of turn 5, where the exit is so crucial into the back straight.
The exit is crucial at turn 5. Zani leading from Cano as they head through turn 5. It's so important to get this exit right because you are then vulnerable down the long straight heading into Danny Pedrosa hairpin at turn 6, where it is still Zani who leads from Cano. Cano in the slipstream, but not close enough to make a move into turn 6.
Yeah, not too many moves there, certainly within inside the top 3. Everyone just waiting so far. Bahosa having a little look, though, at one of the Honda riders, and they'll be able to make it work so far. In fact, he is ahead so far of the 32 of Ramadhipa, and well, just behind Singapong so far. Plank as well, trying to make up a few positions further back down the order, and now this is where JEREZ starts to get a little bit more technical through turns 9 and through turns 10.
9 and 10, very technical corners, as you said, slow-ish right-handers, but then the speed starts building again through turns 11, 12, well, turns 11 and 12, heading into the final corner. It's still Zani who's leading, and it looks like he's trying to build a gap early on ahead of Cano and Borg.
Yeah, trying to build a gap nice and early on. As the right does go down at the back of the picture into the grab shop they go. It looks like no one else involved in that one, so hopefully they are all okay. Through Jorge Lorenzo corner we do go now, and well, we head down to finish the opening lap of action. Cano has lost one position now, so Borg up the inside. Looks like it could have been Evan Belford that went down further back down the order. Of course, starting P10 for himself, but a massive shame there for Evan.
Massive shame indeed for Evan Belford. As you said, started from P10, looked like he would have been in a good position to fight for the top 10 positions in the race, but unfortunately crashing out of the race. Just looking at Leonardo Abruzzo's performance so far, up to 26, and Ikegami has also gone down by the looks of it. Yeah, that's the number 74, has also crashed out of this race. Just looking at Abruzzo, up to 26, so perhaps not the progress he would have expected on that first lap.
Yeah, not the progress he would have wanted at all, but hopefully all will be okay as well. The red flag now does come out, so the riders putting up their hand, and this is going to be the first stoppage of the day. So red, great move for the time being. For your championship leader, let's keep in mind, up to P3 for the Italian, and up he goes past Travis Borg. Meanwhile, Leonardo Zani right on the back of Carlos Cano. You have to say a move is going to arrive. It's not going to take Zani long at all. Does he look up the inside of the final corner? No, he does not. Meanwhile, Bahosa does. So Bahosa now up the inside of Borg. So Travis Borg being bullied on this last lap.
Borg was bullied a little bit on that lap. He's gone from a provisional podium spot down to P6 for the number 23. Still 7 laps for him to be able to recover and secure a podium. It did look like the move, and he goes up on the inside of Bahosa there, who looked like he was a bit wide. So Borg up into P5 now, and Bahosa having to defend into turn 2. That was tight.
David Gonzalez setting the fastest lap yet again, 2 laps in a row, and now up to P8 than what he did previously. So
sandwich.
let's track the old.
We head into turn
P7.
A smaller gap to the points paying positions, but he's now in 28th and last of the runners. And we just see a replay here. Yeah, Mounsey and Abruzzo both coming down at turn 13. Couldn't quite make out what actually happened, but Mounsey frustrated with the Italian there.
Yeah, judging by Muntz's reaction, you would suggest potentially not all his fault, as we do continue on with things at the front of the race. Zani at the moment, last time at the line, held at 89 thousandths of a second advantage, so absolutely nothing at all. And well, let's not forget as well, Carlos Cano searching for that win in the class, and if he was to get his first, speaking yet. Yeah, really at turn 1. Commentary box, this Borg attack
the best.
because he sits ahead of Pugliese for the time being. So they sit P6 and P7, and already there's a gap forming between these two groups. So if they're not careful, the top 5 riders could sprint away with things.
It looks like that's exactly what they want to happen as well. It does look like Pugliese just doesn't have the pace to go with the top 5 or 6. We know Gonzalez can set fastest laps in this race, but with 3 laps to go, he's got a fairly big gap. It's around 4 tenths. It's not a huge gap to bridge before he then has to pass people.
Into turn 2 we go yet again. Zane still remains at the head of the race, about 1/10 he held last time around over the line. And will that, of course, being over Carlos Cano. Pretty much how it's been most of the race. This battle for 3rd place, however, has been chopping and changing at every opportunity. Is it going to change again over at turn 5? Borg has a tiny little look, thinks better of it, and decides to wait all the way to turn 6, you would imagine. Further back down the order though, Ogawara still continues his fight, it looks like. So this 3rd group that's in our picture, they're having a good old scrap as well. So always lovely to see the top 10 changing positions as well. I thought a little move was going to arrive from Karpusha, but not quite. Number 37 though does go down, to a massive shame for them. Nicholas, the Australian, of course, walking away at the side of the circuit.
Yeah, a shame for Nicholas after putting in an okay race so far. Ooh, we only caught the end of that, so a bit of a strange one by the looks of it for the Australian, but good to see him walking away straight away.
Yeah, up on his feet straight away. I think it was confusion and frustration, if anything else. And Incres just pushing the bike into the box as well. So another retirement in pit lane 2. 3 laps remain though, and this is your lead group. Zane from Cano, from Karpusha for the time being. Is it going to stay that way as we leave turn 13 this time around? Borg up the inside. He looks to claim P3 back into the podium positions. Is the Honda rider? That was very, very close. But still, Borg got the job done. Is it going to be a return of favour at turn 1 for Karpusha? You would imagine so. The 17 looks up the inside yet again and returns the favour straight away. Now towards turn 2, and yet another overtaking opportunity. Jerez is full of them, and Borg trying to prove that, but he slots it behind in P4.
He does slot in behind in P4. What this scrap is allowing Zani and Cano to do is just start building a gap. That Zani was 3 tenths clear of Borg at the last sex point, and that passing will only allow that to grow slightly. But the slipstream down this run between turns 5 and 6 will allow the gap to close up again.
Now though, just a little replay of that move, and well, driving down the inside was Karpusha, and Pugliese just ahead of them. But you see how heavy they are on the brakes, the rear end just trying to skip up into the air. Well, job done for himself. There was no room, of course, because Karpusha didn't run wide. He did it perfect. And now back towards the live action as we head through turn 7, back towards turns 8 and 9.
And once again, it looks like Zani has just eked out a gap over Cano and Karpusha for now. Again, the slipstream after turns 10 through 11 and 12 will be crucial as Barroso makes a move on Borg. So Borg going down into P5, Barroso up to P4, and will be looking to challenge for those podium places across the last 2 laps.
Yeah, Borg is really changing positions inside the top 5. He seems to be going from 3rd to 5th in the space of about half a lap every single lap. But nonetheless, I'm sure Borg's enjoying it during the race, but he's going to want a podium rostrum finish out of this. Barroso trying his luck round the outside. He's going to run wide at that, and now Borg taking advantage. A great move there from the number 23, back up into P4 for himself. But it's Barroso going to return the favour at turn 1. We've seen it last time around with Karpusha and Borg as we head on to the final lap of running. The 69 dives down the inside, and now Borg all the way back down. And the podium places, well, the top 3 have managed to build a gap as Travis Borg looks up the inside yet again. Yeah, as I said earlier, the squabbling just allowing the riders in front to build up a gap. They've got 2 tenths in hand over Borg. Again, the slipstream will allow that to close, but it might not be enough. Borg might have to settle for P4 here, or P5 rather, but he might be able to overtake Barroso for P5, but it looks like the podium scrap for the 23 is out of the question. At this point, it still could change. Yeah, it was a front row start for him. Can it be a podium? Let's wait and find out. Towards turn 6, we go yet again. Karpushin looking up the inside on his teammate. Obviously, Carlos Cano's your leader goes down. Zani crashes out. Leonardo Zani crashes out in the last lap of race 1. He's led pretty much the entire race, and on the final lap, a little slip up at turn 6 and throwing away a massive amount of championship points.
We said at the start of the program that he can't afford really to lose points even in this early stage of the season. That, of course, puts Carlos Cano at the head of the field heading into the final sector on the final lap, ahead of teammate Jaroslav Karpushin.
Who's going to come out on top? Carlos Cano now leading the field through the final sector. Karpushin, though, a move could arrive at turn 13. The final corner, the two teammates, or is it going to be Bahosa making the move for P2? Heavy on the brakes we go yet again. Carlos Cano does still lead. Does he run wide? No, he does not. A crash further back down the order. The AC Racing rider is down. David Gonzalez, what a race it was from him, as Carlos Cano does take victory from his team. Is the line in third.